Hey everybody. I've had this incredible line of communication with people. It's been fantastic, and the little subtle hints that I have dropped have kind of gotten away from me. So a few people have figured out who I am, and that's totally fine. I'm not going to drop the bomb here, but that's okay. I have been incognito with my dentures. I've had a past life of lots of really fun pinup stuff and things like that. And I really loved being on stage. I really loved my past life. When my teeth started to go bad, I put on a little bit of weight, which made me a little more self conscious on top of the teeth situation. So my pinup shoots weren't as flattering as I would have liked them to be. So being an incognito has been actually kind of fun. I really enjoy it. And with with everything, I have done a lot of makeup tutorials, hair tutorials, things like that. I used to do a lot for proms and things like that in my community, which were really fun. Lots of really, really fun photo shoots and stuff like that. I mean, even like taken on my kids. My oldest daughter is now 23, but she is super cutie. And those are her senior pictures, actually. She's super fun. All my kids are super fun. So anyway, when I started having issues with my teeth, I isolated quite a bit, and I didn't really tell the community people that I was involved with what I was going through. It was embarrassing because a lot of people in that community are in the public eye, and so was I, and I really didn't want that out there. So I just kind of isolated, kind of sunk into my little hole or whatever. But it has gotten out, which is really fun. I really love talking to people about it. They must have found it on the internet. The lovely interwebs. But given my age now, I can't really do the stuff that I used to do, which is totally fine. I am okay with that. Starting this channel was probably one of the funnest things that I've done since then, and it's been really, really enjoyable to me to be able to help and support people because a lot of the photo shoots that I used to do were for charities and events and things like that. So super duper fun. I really enjoy being part of a community that supports each other. So anyway, for those people who figured out who I am, good job on your investigating skills. I'll give you some props for that. Anyway, for the ladies, I don't know, maybe the gentlemen too. I know a lot of guys in drag that do a lot of really cool burlesque shows. They're probably better at lipstick than I am. Anyway, for the ladies and the gentlemen, I've asked a lot of people have asked me to do tutorials on eyeliner and lips. And so I have made a video, a couple actually, about how to combat the sunken in lip thing with dentures. So I'm at this stage with you ladies. I really am. I worry about the sunken in lip. And I mean, I can show you my dentures out. I mean, you can barely see my top lip. It looks bad. So I want to talk about lining your lips though. In a vintage perspective, if you want to go traditional like pinup style, sticking with your natural lip line, keeping it very, very simple. Bright reds, of course, are a classic and a go-to, but you can use any color to make it look classy and pretty without having to over accentuate your lip line and having porn mouth. It's a thing, porn mouth. I'm going to show you. I'm going to do one half. So sticking with your natural lip line. It's pretty. Goes right to the corner. It's good to go. Here's what happens when you make porn mouth. Too much, too big. It looks like I had too much Botox. And that's just going on the other side of my lip line. So, even if you have natural thin lips, it's okay. Stick to your lip line, even if it is thin. It's okay to do that. Because the reason is You can do it very, very beautifully, very subtly, without having to look like you just stepped off a porno set. Some of the younger ladies now, I mean, they have gone so overboard. And you know what? This is not to offend anybody. I mean, to each your own. But some of the lips that I'm seeing out there is just, it's craziness. And I that would be super unflattering on me. So if you are going to go the route of dark red lipstick or very bright colors or dark colors or things like that, just stick to your natural lip line. You can go right on it. It's okay. And even if you have thinner lips, it's still okay. Use a lip pencil, because at our age, if you are my age, if you don't use a lip pencil, it gives that lipstick a free pass to start going up into your wrinkles. You don't want that, because it's basically taking the fence down and saying, ooh, come and accentuate me. Not very flattering. So use a lip liner. Dun, dun, dun. This has just become a habit for me. I've been doing it for so long that... So when you get to the corners, I like to go in, not over, because I don't want my lips to look like I've got, you know, clown mouth. Not pretty. Your lip liner is your fence. It is saying, stay on my lips. It's what your lipstick clings to. And it basically means that your lipstick isn't going to start bleeding into your wrinkles. And if you're my age, you do have little lip lines there, especially if you're a smoker or anything else like that. You want to make sure that you use a lip liner to keep that lipstick out of your wrinkles. That's going to help you keep that natural lip structure. It's going to keep them outlined really pretty and make them actually just look healthy. So if you don't use a liner, I don't know, you're on your own. I don't know. I have a lot of lipstick, and this is just one of 4 trays. But reds are my favorite, and I believe this is a Kat Von D. It is a very dark red. There is something out there called a, obviously, I'm using the camera here as my mirror. But there is something out there called a clear liner. So if you would like, you can get a clear lip liner, and that is basically a good way to keep your lipstick on your lips and not on your face, which is really fantastic. If you're worried about, and I'm sure some of the gentlemen are going to love this, but if you're worried about your lipstick getting in your dentures and you're not wearing a one that's going to stay on all day, like a long wear, that will take it off the inside of your lips, so it will not stick on your teeth. So I don't ever have that problem to where my lipstick sticks on my teeth. I use the Sephora Longwear Matte. Beautiful lipstick, very, very natural, goes on gorgeous, stays all day, doesn't spread to anything else, which is really, really nice. I can drink a cup of coffee or whatever and not have it transfer onto anything. So I can give the babies all the kisses I want, and they're not going to have lipstick on, which is fantastic. So for you guys who have asked about liner, there is just so many different types. If you've never done a winged liner before and you're looking to do a classic old school pinup style, you want to stick to something more of a pen. A felt tip is good. It helps you have control. A very thin felt tip. A gel will also work. Thing with gel though is it takes a long time to dry. It is transferable, so you kind of have to go around like this for quite a little bit to get it to dry. Liquid liner is the best because it dries really fast. but you don't have that much control over it. So you have to have a really steady hand and be able to actually control the wand very, very well. If you want the classic line like I usually have, sometimes it's more dramatic depending on what I'm wearing that day or hair or whatever. But if you want the classic pinup, you want a cute cat eye that doesn't go too far out. You want it to be very, very subtle. The thicker it is, especially if you have hooded eyes, you need to be careful of that crease because it can make it look like you've got kind of a, your flick's gonna be too far up. It's gonna look funky. Plus it's gonna crease that little corner. You don't want that to happen. So if you've got hooded eyes, or if you're, like me and you're starting to get crepey eyes, and your crease is starting to just kind of accentuate a little bit more, just be careful where you bring that tail out. And that it is okay. But tight lining is really important. If you don't know what tight lining is really getting in between the area of your eyelid and your eyelashes, making sure that it's dark all the way under there. You don't want to do your eyeliner and actually have fleshy colored underneath your eyelashes. It looks really funny. So I don't know, maybe some people like that. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but if you're looking for a traditional look, you don't want to do that. And traditional look isn't very dramatic, very cute little tail there and just kind of a little whisper. Sometimes mine are much more dramatic depending on the day, but tight lining is really important because it gives the whole eyelid that really tailored look. You want to start very, very small in the corner. Now, I did this earlier, so Kel Doll, I'm not going to take it off and reapply it, but I am going to show you what I do. This is a liquid. You want to start very, very, very early in the corner here, and I'll probably screw up the stuff that I have on right now because this isn't my mirror. But tight lining, you can pull your lash up a little bit, and you just get in between, making sure that in between your lashes is that color. And make sure to get that all in there so it looks very, 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 very solid in there. Now, starting at the corner, very fine, and then just kind of pulling it. Now, a lot of people do the tail first. I don't really know. For me, it's different on each eye just because I'm left-handed, so it gets kind of funky depending on what I do. But if you do the one that's harder for you first, the second one is easier because then you're going to get it right. So if you do the one that you always do good first, and then you're going to spend forever trying to get the one that you do bad on correct. So some people they do the flick first, and I'll probably have to go when I'm done here and reapply my eyeliner because this is not the mirror I want to be using. But you can draw your little wing. And some people start out here, some people start in here. I start in the corner and I do a very, very, very thin line and I bring it out and you connect it, and you can build it up a little bit as much as you want. You can build it up as little as you want. When it comes to this liquid liner, it's really fantastic. It works really great. I love it. This is the Sexy Booster Cat Eye. It's Physicians Formula. I love this stuff. It's really great. Plus it has a cute little high heel on it. I use so much of it that to me, I try to buy it cheaper because I buy a lot of it throughout the year. So one thing I want to say about eyes, if you have thin lips, pop those eyes. Really focus on those eyes. Big, beautiful eyes are just as gorgeous as beautiful full lips. So really, absolutely, if you've got thin lips, go ahead and focus on your beautiful eyes. It's just one of those things. When it comes to the vintage look for eyeliner and things like that, traditionally it's not proper to put anything on the bottom. I like to do mascara on the bottom for mine. It makes my eyes look awake, but if you put eyeliner underneath, you don't want to put any eyeliner down here. Stay away from that. It's going to make your eyes look smaller and it's going to make them look tired. So I love this mascara. It's a max volume mascara. It's super awesome, but it's really dark. And that's one thing I wanted to say about the eyeliner. You want it to be really dark black. You want it to be as black as you can get. But for me, I have naturally thick kind of full eyelashes, and for me it was really easy to kind of get in there. And make sure that if you're going to use false eyelashes, you use the right type. There are kind of a trendy eyelash. You don't want to use those ones. You want to use a traditional winged eyelash if you're going to use the false ones, which is totally fine. But if you're going to actually do anything on the bottom of your eyes, only do mascara, and very, very, very subtly. It will wake up your eyes and it won't make them sleepy. If you do mess up, you can get a Q-tip and just kind of clean it up or whatever, totally fine. If you mess up on your eyeliner, I want to show you something. So I gotta pull out the brushes. Get a concealer brush, teeny tiny little guy. Get some concealer, whatever you like to use. I use a number of them. I've put some over here somewhere. Whatever you use, it doesn't really matter. This is actually a color matching concealer, which I really, really love. So you have to kind of mix it around on your skin just really, really quick to get it to go. But if you do mess up on your eyeliner, and it was just a little tiny bit, super easy to go in there and clean up the lines, make it look like they're straight. See, look at that. Clean up those lines, make them look pretty and bright, and you're good to go. You don't have to redo your whole eye if you just messed up a little bit of the tip. And you want those clean, sharp wings on there. You don't want them to be rounded and messy if you're going for a classic look. So the one thing I did want to say is that I've noticed ever since I got my dentures, I've had a lot of really red cheeks, like almost rosacea, which I never had before. So this stuff right here is really awesome, and it's gotten rid of the redness in my cheeks because it wasn't very flattering. It was worse than like the worst 80s blush. It was really weird. So my skin has kind of changed throughout this process, which is strange. But really, less is more, guys, when it comes to the vintage look and the pinup look. A lot of that is really coming to light right now, and it's really in style. So if you're going to do winged liners, make sure that you practice with it. Felt tips are really good if you are practicing or new to it. You have more control. If you want to try with the liquids, I really like the Physicians Formula, but you can get any of them. They're all over the place. NYX makes a really good one. They're everywhere. So totally fine. But for us denture wearers, the lips, I know us ladies really worry about it, and that's understandable. Don't be afraid of lipsticks. Don't be afraid to go bold or to go dark and things like that. But really look at the shape of your lips, and if they are thinner, it is okay to do a little bit of overlining in the Cupid's bow, but don't go any further than that. For those of you who aren't sure what the Cupid's bow is, it's right here. Looks like a little bow. You can accentuate that just a little bit right on the other side of your lip line. Don't go any further than that because it really does look like porn mouth, even if you have dentures and thin lips. Oh. And if you're ever trying to clean up the lines, I know I've got lipstick on this one, but like that. And it makes sure you don't get it on your face. If you are doing bright red lipstick, always just, in any kind of lipstick actually, always just go in with concealer and clean it up. Make sure that you're good to go on that. That will keep everything clean and nice and pretty. And even if you have dentures and you have thin lips, it's okay. They're still beautiful. You don't really have to be crazy upset about it. There's a way to be absolutely gorgeous without any makeup at all. Again, this was really about people asking about my tips and tricks for the eyes and for the lips and things like that, which is totally fine. But I just want to tell you ladies that you guys are all beautiful. Everyone is. And find one thing you love about yourself and go for it. Seriously. Whether it's your hair or your eyes or your lips or your eyebrows or whatever it is, find one thing that you absolutely just adore about yourself. Just run with it. Really, for me, when I was going through the denture process, it was lipstick. I really wanted to wear my lipstick again. I missed it so much. And I had this signature red lipstick that I wore all the time. But I couldn't when my teeth were bad. I was hibernating. I turned into a different person while I was kind of isolated. It really scared me, and I really didn't like it. So now that I'm back to my normal self, kind of actually new and improved, yay, I feel a lot better, and I love sharing the tips and tricks with people to kind of help them out. If you're my age and you know you're dealing with the dentures and the lips and everything else, and everything's getting crepey or sagging or drier or redder or whatever it is, there are ways that you can kind of combat those things. If you have hooded eyes, I'm getting older, so my eyes are getting a little bit more creepier, and you want to do this winged eyeliner, it's okay, but make sure that if leave enough room for your eyelid. Don't make your whole eyelid covered in the eyeliner. Like this side's a little thick right now because I didn't use a mirror. But leave room for your eyelid. And if you're gonna do eyeshadow, make sure that you don't use anything sparkly, because it really is hard for ladies our age to do sparkly anything. So make sure that it isn't sparkly and bring it up just a little bit onto your brow bone if you have hooded eyes, because that will actually open your eye up and won't make them look as heavy and tired. So I know this has been a super long video. I understand, and I'm super sorry. But I need to go fix my makeup now because it's super uneven. But I really appreciate all the people that have contacted me through email and everything else. It's been really cool to have people kind of dig up my old stuff from the pinup modeling and things like that. It's really fun, and I really, really enjoy talking with everybody and giving everybody tips and tricks. It's super fun for me, and I really miss my old life. So bringing a little bit of it back into the present has been really, really fun. So if anybody has any questions or wants links to anything, I'd be more than happy to post those. Again, I really like focusing on helping ladies kind of feel beautiful about themselves after dentures, because I know I was really ashamed of them for a little bit. And so I'm really happy that I can kind of spread some happiness and cheer and tips and tricks and things for ladies. So I love you all, and thank you guys who have spotted me out. I appreciate your love and support. So I love you guys. Have an excellent day, and if I can help you guys with anything else, just share it or ask in the comments, and I don't mind helping you guys. So